Most people think Kundalini Awakening only happens to monks, mystics, or those who've spent years in deep yoga practice on the mountains. It sounds like a distant idea, something you read in ancient texts or see in stories about saints and sages. But what if I told you that you, just as you are, may have already experienced this awakening and never even realized it? You see, Kundalini doesn't knock with thunder or lightning. Sometimes it arrives quietly, like a soft breath through the back of your being, that strange pulsing in your lower back, the sudden tears in your eyes with no clear reason, those dreams that feel more real than waking life. They're not random. They are signs, invitations. Most people dismiss these things, calling them mood swings, overreactions, maybe even imbalance. But energy doesn't lie. And when the soul is ready to grow, the body becomes its instrument. Kundalini is not a trend, not a trick, not a philosophy to believe in. It is a living current, ancient and intelligent, that knows the pathways through your bones and breath far better than your mind ever could. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't care if you feel ready, because it listens only to the alignment of your soul, not the calendar of your plans. And once it starts, it begins to whisper, to stir, to tremble through you, slowly, then all at once. So if you felt things lately that make no sense, fatigue that seems to hold wisdom, sudden joy that feels ancient, fear that feels like it's being released rather than created, you're not broken, you're awakening. Sign 1. A buzzing or a live sensation in the spine. There comes a moment, sometimes in stillness, sometimes in sorrow, where you feel something unusual stirring at the base of your spine. It's not pain, it's not discomfort, it's something alive. It begins subtly, like a warm current rolling beneath the skin, or the hum of soft static electricity dancing along your backbone. You weren't asking for it, but it found you anyway. It might feel like a tiny shimmer, a buzz, a ripple that rises in waves. It's not constant. It visits like a breeze through a window, unexpected, but familiar. And in that moment, your spine becomes more than a structure. It becomes a tuning fork, an antenna, a sacred bridge, carrying signals between the earth you stand on and the sky you dream of. This is not muscle strain. It's not poor posture. It's not your body simply reacting to how you slept last night. This isn't physical stress. This is energy, ancient and intelligent, beginning to stir within you. Some think it's their back acting up, or a pinched nerve. But listen carefully. Your body isn't crying for help. It's awakening. It's remembering. What you're feeling is the beginning of Sushumna, the central channel, waking up. The dormant river within you is no longer asleep. Kundalini, the coiled serpent of life, is stretching, rising, preparing. You don't have to force it. You don't have to name it. You don't have to understand every detail. All you have to do is breathe. Stay present. Let the body speak its forgotten language. This is not a malfunction. This is a blessing in motion. This is the spirit inside the body saying, I'm ready to rise. Are you? So when it comes again, in silence, in rest, or even in the middle of heartbreak, just be still, Yon, and listen. You are not broken. You are becoming electric with truth. Sign 2. Intense emotional waves without logical cause. There are moments where, without any warning, you find yourself crying while looking at the sky, not because anything is wrong, but because something inside you is finally soft enough to feel. You laugh, not at a joke, but in the middle of folding laundry, and for some reason, that simple act cracks your heart open like a flower remembering the sun. Or maybe you sip your tea and feel a wave of grief so ancient it doesn't seem like your own. And yet, it pours through you like it has waited lifetimes to be released, and you ask yourself, what is wrong with me? But beloved, nothing is wrong. This is not a breakdown. This is not a disorder. This is not chemical imbalance. This is not depression, not mood swings, not emotional instability. This is your nervous system remembering how to exhale the pain it never had space to process. These emotions that rise out of nowhere, they are not random, they are echoes of what was once buried, echoes of sorrow your body stored when your heart couldn't hold it. Kundalini does not just rise through bone and blood. It moves through memory, through grief, through joy. It stirs what was asleep. It asks what's been waiting. When it awakens, it brings a holy flood. The dam inside you breaks not to drown you, but to free you. And the waves that come round are sacred. They are your soul finally speaking. So no, you're not too sensitive. You're not overreacting. You are detoxing, you are clearing the dust of decades from your soul's mirror. This is energy intelligence, not emotional chaos. This is spiritual surgery, not mental collapse. You are not relapsing. You are releasing. You are not fragile. You are being refined. You are not broken. You are being broken open. So when the tears come for no reason, let them. When the laughter erupts, let it echo. When the grief rises like smoke, don't chase it away. Just breathe and bow. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to justify your softness. You just need to trust that what leaves you now no longer belongs. Sign 3. Changes in breathing patterns. And when your emotions begin to surface, your breath may start shifting too. You might find yourself exhaling deeply in the middle of silence, not because you're tired, but because your body is releasing something you can't name. Or maybe there are moments when your breath suddenly pauses, without fear, without struggle, like your entire being is listening to something ancient between the spaces. There's a rhythm emerging, not one you chose, but one that feels like it was written before you were born. A breath pattern that isn't about survival, but about remembering. This is not hyperventilation. This is not anxiety. This is not a stress response. It is not your mind panicking. It is your spirit aligning. You are not short of breath. You are being breathed. Kundalini moves like a silent teacher, gently rewiring how you inhale life and exhale illusion. It does not demand control. It invites surrender. It doesn't punish. It awakens. Your lungs, once ruled by habit, are learning a new rhythm, one led by spirit. In those moments when you gasp or sigh or feel the breath rise from a place you didn't know existed, that is Kundalini whispering, this is how your soul breathes. Let the breath move you. Don't chase it. Don't force it. Don't label it strange. Just follow it like a child follows a song they somehow already know. There is wisdom in your inhale. There is healing in your exhale. Each breath is a sacred doorway, and you're learning to walk through them, one heartbeat at a time. So if your breath feels different lately, if it comes and goes in strange waves, if it pauses without reason or deepens without warning, don't worry. It's not dysfunction. It's initiation. Sign 4. Involuntary body movements during rest. And as your breath begins to move in ways that feel unfamiliar, something else quietly begins to stir in the stillness of your body. During sleep, or in deep meditation, when the world fades into silence, your body may begin to twitch or jolt or tremble without any conscious command. Your fingers might curl gently into shapes they've never learned. Your toes might tap with a rhythm that isn't yours. Your shoulders may rise and fall as if something inside is speaking through motion. These movements can feel sudden, strange, even eerie at first, like a language your body is trying to remember without words. But this is not a disorder. It is not restless leg syndrome. It is not a nervous reaction. It is not a malfunction. This is a kriya, a sacred, spontaneous realignment that only occurs when the energy within you begins to reorganize itself. Kundalini, the sleeping serpent of life, does not just rise in silence. Sometimes, she dances her way upward, through muscle, through nerve, through memory, and when she finds a blockage, a knot of old pain or fear or control. She doesn't argue with it. She moves it through spontaneous action, through sacred motion. Your leg may jolt as a memory of flight is cleared. Your arm may rise like a leaf in the wind, releasing a grip you've held too long. Your back might arch like a wave, not in pain, but in release. These movements are not random. They are precise. They are intelligent. They are orchestrated by a part of you far deeper than the conscious mind. So don't resist them. Don't suppress them. Don't try to explain them away. Let the body move. Let it shiver. Let it tremble. Let it hum its ancient melody back into harmony. You are not possessed. You are not broken. You are not unwell. You are healing in the oldest language your soul remembers, the language of motion. These kriyas are sacred. They're your body's way of saying, I remember. Sign 5. Dreams become intense or silent. And once your body has begun to shift, once your emotions have been stirred and your breath has found its ancient rhythm, the sacred energy finds its way into the one place that never lies, your dreams. At night, when the world goes quiet, your subconscious becomes a temple, and in that temple, symbols begin to speak. You may see things you can't explain. A snake coiling through water, fire opening a tunnel, a pair of eyes staring from beyond the veil, or sometimes, the dreams vanish altogether, and you awaken with a single feeling wrapped around your chest: grief, longing, awe, and no memory of why. It's not random. It's not just your mind unwinding. This is Kundalini speaking in the language of soul, a language older than words. She enters your subconscious to clear the clutter, to burn illusions, to weave a new story for the life your soul is preparing to live. These dreams, or silences, are not meant to scare you. They are recalibrations. They are visions from your higher self, showing you what must rise and what must fall. Your psyche is being rebuilt, not broken but rewired, like a house whose foundation is being reinforced from within. That's why some nights feel like initiations, and others like voids. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are simply being guided through the dream space your soul has always known how to navigate. So don't rush to decode everything. You don't need to understand the entire map just yet. Just notice what repeats. Journal what moves you. Trust what lingers. Dreams are not distractions. They are directions. Let the dreams, or the darkness, unfold. Both are sacred. Both are part of the awakening. Sign 6. Random energy surges followed by fatigue. And just when your nights have begun whispering deeper truths, your days begin pulsing with a rhythm you can't quite explain. There are moments, strange, sudden, where you feel more alive than ever, like a current of electricity has been poured into your veins after seeing a sunrise, hearing a piece of music, or catching the stillness between two thoughts. You might feel like you could run for miles, write a book, hug the world, and then, as suddenly as it came, the energy disappears. A wave of heaviness crashes over you. Not like regular tiredness, but like gravity is holding your entire body down. And this isn't burnout. It isn't laziness. It's not your body giving up on you. This is frequency adjustment. Kundalini is raising your vibration in spontaneous surges, illuminating you with light codes, inspiration, and sacred data. And then, your system must pause to digest, to rest, to integrate. Imagine planting a powerful seed into the soil. The earth doesn't bloom instantly. It settles. It darkens. It rests, so life can root before it rises. These highs and lows are not signs of imbalance. They're signs of transformation. Your nervous system is learning a new rhythm. Your cells are remembering how to hold more light. So instead of chasing the high or fearing the dip, meet both with reverence. When the surge comes, ride it with joy, create, dance, express. Let the wave carry you, and when the exhaustion comes, retreat, curl up, breathe. Let yourself be held by the silence. Rest is not weakness, Rest is sacred. Rest is how your soul integrates the light it just received. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are blooming in waves. Sign 7. Intolerance to inauthenticity. And once your body has danced with light and your breath has remembered its rhythm, your spirit begins to demand truth like the lungs demand air. You begin to feel it first in the chest, a tightening, a pressure, sometimes even a subtle nausea when you sit in spaces that pretend to be something they are not. A cheerful conversation that hides pain. A polite dinner where no one speaks their soul. A room full of people saying yes, but meaning nothing. And maybe once you could ignore this. You could laugh politely. You could nod along to protect the peace. But not anymore. This is not hypersensitivity. You are not becoming antisocial. You are not losing your ability to tolerate others. What's happening is sacred. It is your energetic field, newly awakened, newly attuned, rejecting what no longer aligns. Kundalini, in its quiet power, begins to burn through illusion like morning light through mist. You no longer have the capacity to perform, to pretend, to wear the old masks that once made you feel safe. And it can be confusing, because you'll wonder, why do I feel so drained after small talk? Why does this person's presence feel heavy even when their words sound sweet? But this is not a flaw. This is a compass. This is your soul showing you what is real. And what is residue? You are being rewired to recognize the language of authenticity, not through logic, but through resonance. You'll know truth not because it sounds right, but because your body softens in its presence. Your breath deepens, your shoulders relax, your eyes stop scanning the room for exit signs. So if certain places feel too loud, if certain people drain you, confuse you, or leave you empty, don't force yourself to stay. You are not abandoning them. You are honoring you. This isn't about judgment. It's about alignment. It's not about pushing people away. It's about moving toward your own truth. Your intolerance is not weakness, it's wisdom. So trust these reactions. They are sacred instructions written in the language of sensation. Let them guide you home, not to what pleases others, but to what awakens you. So if any of this feels familiar, the spine that buzzes like a tuning fork, the tears that fall without reason, the breath that changes when no one's watching, then hear this: you are not alone. Each one of these signs is not a mistake, not a glitch, not something wrong. It is a sacred unfolding, a spiral that has been waiting lifetimes to turn. Kundalini doesn't send invitations. It doesn't ask for your schedule. It rises when the soul whispers, "It's time." Even if your mind screams, "I'm not ready." You see, the soul doesn't measure readiness the way the ego does. It doesn't need your confidence. It only needs your surrender. And when your emotions begin to surface, your breath may start shifting too. Once your inner world is transforming, it shows up in your dreams, in the flicker of fire, the movement of snakes, the whisper of water. You may feel strange, but you are not broken. You are becoming, and becoming can feel like unraveling at first. You may feel tired, lost, sensitive to noise, to lies, to anything that feels false. But that's not weakness, that's awareness, that's your inner compass remembering how to point toward truth. The mind may panic, but the body knows, the breath knows, the spine knows. You are learning to speak a new language, not made of words, but of energy. You are remembering how to listen with your skin, your bones, your blood. And in this strange, beautiful remembering, you are not alone. Others are waking too, quietly, secretly, sometimes painfully, but always divinely. So trust the signs, trust the shifts, trust the stirrings in your sleep, in your spine, in your breath. Kundalini is not chaos. It is intelligence. It is the river returning to the ocean, the seed cracking to become a tree, the cocoon melting to release wings. You are not falling apart. You are being rearranged into something more true, more whole, more luminous than you've ever been, and though it may feel unfamiliar. This is you, evolving. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're not unstable. What you're feeling isn't madness. It's movement, the movement of something ancient waking up inside you. You have simply been activated, like a temple, buried for centuries, touched again by sunlight. Most people are taught to suppress this, to ignore the signs, to fear the waves, to medicate the soul's whisper just to maintain the illusion of control. But you are different. You are seeing through the veil, and once it parts, it can never be unseen. What you're experiencing is not chaos. It's not falling apart. It's not failure. It's reorganization. Sacred reorganization. Your energy is being reset. Your purpose is being rewritten. Your soul is remembering why it came. It may feel disorienting, but healing always begins with disruption. Growth always starts in the dark. If these signs stirred something in you, something quiet, something curious, something ancient, then know this: your awakening is not coming. It has already begun. You are not early. You are not late. You are right on time for the unfolding of your truth. So honor it. Sit with it. Let it wash over you like the tide returning home. Let the breath move. Let the spine rise. Let the soul. Remember, you're learning to speak energy, to listen with the body, to trust what the mind cannot yet explain. This path may not be easy, but it is real. It is sacred, and you were always meant for it. So if your heart whispered yes today, if your soul stirred even for a moment, then stay with it, nourish it, trust it, subscribe. If you're ready to go deeper into your sacred biology, your luminous design, your divine unfolding, this channel is here to walk with you.